Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to create a Google form so that we can collect data. What we're trying to do is we're trying to collect data. We're going to do multiple choice format so that we can create tree diagrams and so that we can calculate probabilities and make our tree diagrams into weighted tree diagrams. So, okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to google.com, which I think is my normal homepage anyway. So, okay, I'm going to go over to my little dots. And once you're there, you're going to look down in the list. So we have things like Gmail, Google Classroom, Docs, Sheets, Slides, whatever. So these are the ones we've been using, but we want this one called Forms. Now on mine, it's pretty high up because I do use it. Yours you might have to scroll a little bit. Okay, if I go to Forms, I'm going to create a new one. So eventually... Super happy fun times. I definitely need hold music. Okay, I'm going to click on this add blank. So you've seen these before. You've definitely filled these out in other classrooms, but now we're going to have to actually make one. Okay, untitled form. Notice it says up here untitled form. As soon as you give this a title, it's going to, if you click up here, it'll show up. So I'm going to put probability data. Click up there, it automatically copies up there. You can give a description. You don't have to. So collecting data. Okay. So this is just the basic blank form. Notice it says questions, responses. We haven't actually published this anywhere yet, so you don't have any responses. But once you put that out there and people answer things, you'll get responses. Up here you have some options. So this is add-ons. I don't really use that. Customized theme I do use because it should at least look good. So I like to put a header image. You can choose one from the things that they have, or you can upload a picture if you want to. So I'm going to put a picture from when it snowed. It'll show you where the little crop box is going to be, and you just kind of adjust it. So do that. And then it's going to kind of adjust your color options based on your picture. And you could add colors if you want it to be different. I'm going to put it that. I'm going to make my background color a little darker. And I'm going to make this like this. Okay. Those are just your appearance options. So I just want to kind of rush through that. Under settings, let's go ahead and look at this real quick. So right now it says collect email addresses. Anytime somebody fills out a form, you can collect their email if you want. We don't need it for this one. This would be more like if you had people checking into a conference that you're having, or you want to be able to contact them. But we don't need that for right now. Right now it does say restrict to users in Humble ISD. We're going to uncheck that box because when we post this onto Schoology, people may be looking at Schoology on their phone and they may not be signed into their school email address. So we want anybody who clicks on that link to be able to see it. Okay. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I think I'm allergic to school. It's very possible. It's not a Monday. I thought I was allergic to Mondays. It's a Thursday, but okay, whatever. Okay, so now we're pretty much done on this, so I'm going to put save. Now we get to the actual stuff. This is a preview, so once you have stuff in there, if you want to see what it looks like, you just click on that. But we need to add some questions because surveys aren't really surveys if you don't have questions. So what I'm going to do, you have options on what kind of questions to put in here. You have multiple choice, you have like free response type stuff, check boxes. They even have like date and time if you're trying to schedule conferences or meetings or whatever. What we're going to use though is we're going to just go ahead and use multiple choice because that's going to make it easier on us for our tree diagrams. We don't have to be drawing in little extra branches. We already have the options. Okay, so the first question, do you have siblings? I'm going to put include half and steps because some people don't have any like biological siblings, but maybe they have a stepbrother or sister. We'll count those. Okay, so my option, so it gives you some suggestions on answers, but you can also just type yours in. So I do want yes, and I want no. Okay. Add an option. It's a yes or no thing, so I'm just going to leave those two. But I am going to go down here and see where it says required. I'm going to turn that on. So people have to answer that before they can submit their form. That way you get people who actually answer your questions. Okay, so we have a question. Now we want another question. Da-da-da. So I just hit the little plus sign and it adds a question. So this question I'm going to do you prefer cats or dogs? I'm still going to keep it multiple choice. Option 1, I'm going to put cats. Option 2, I'm going to put dogs. It already like populated it for me. So I'm going to leave that way. And then I'm going to put neither. Okay, so that one has three answer choices. This one down here isn't an answer choice unless you type something here. This is just an add an option. So I'm just going to put cat, dog, and neither. I'm going to make that required. I'm going to do one more question. I'm going to put which do you prefer for lunch? Still multiple choice. I'm going to put pizza, hamburger, chicken fingers, and peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Sandwich, no. Spelling is important. Okay. So that's all I need. I'm going to turn that on to be required. So now I have my form. So I have, do you have siblings? Do you prefer cats or dogs? Which do you prefer for lunch? And that's it. Like, that's all I want. I don't want to make this a super long type of a thing. I don't want people to have to answer 10 questions, because then if you have 10 questions on here, your tree diagram is going to have like 10 sets of branches. That's a lot. We just want 3. So now I'm done with it. I'm happy with it. I'm ready to turn it in. And we're going to be turning it in Schoology. So I have this little survey discussion thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to send. And on my send button, I'm going to go to link. And then I usually click this shorten URL because, yeah. So now I have that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit copy. Then I'm going to go over to my little discussion section. And mine will look a little different because I'm the one that's running this page. But anyway, once we get here, okay, write a comment. I'm going to click in here when it lets me. I'm going to put Control V for paste. Okay. And notice it puts my link there. So if I hit post, then that's in the discussion. So then if anybody goes into the discussion, if they click on that link, they can take my survey. So that's what we're doing. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to create it. It saves automatically because it's Google. And then you change the settings to where it's unrestricted. So it's not restricted to users in Humble ISD. And then you go to send, get your link, shorten the link or shorten the URL, copy it, and then paste it into Schoology, and then you're done. Yay, you created a Google form. Now, in this case, we are posting it to Schoology, but you don't have to post these things to Schoology. You can put these anywhere you want. You could send it out via email. You could put it on like Twitter or Instagram or whatever other social media you use. You could put it on a website. You could do this, like anywhere you can post a link, you could post a link to your form. But right now, for our purposes, we're just posting it in Schoology.